Well, this is a bonus episode, so everyone knows what podcast it is.
Okay.
But I'll just say what we're doing today, and then we'll introduce you, and I have some questions that Jackie sent.
Okay, I'm so excited.
Okay.
And I continue to record, right? Like I'm recording right now?
Keep recording, because we will edit it probably pretty heavily, so yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're going to edit it all out.
Edit all that ridiculous fat boy story. Okay, good.
Well, she might keep that one. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our very special bonus episode of the Fire the Cannon podcast. Today, I'm your one and only host, Rachel. Jackie's not joining us. We're trying something a little bit new, but we do have someone else joining us, and that is my cousin, Megan.
Hi, everyone.
You want to say hi? Yep. So, Megan, if you listen to our Pinocchio episodes, you know that, well, you know something about her, and that is why we have her on the podcast today to discuss that thing. So just to let you know, this is a Patreon bonus episode. So if you're listening on the regular feed, you're only going to get the first few minutes. If you simply must know more, you should go to patreon.com/firethecannon. And if you support us for the very low price of just a couple dollars a month, you'll get access to this complete episode, as well as all of our complete bonus episodes and some other content. But anyway, let's get started. So we revealed something in the episode that really shocked my co-host Jackie. Becca and I, of course, we've known about it for most of our lives. It's totally normal to us. Do you want to tell everyone what it is?
Oh, when you say completely normal, your bar for that must be pretty low. So
we're just used to it.
It's been going on a while. It's pretty normal for our family. This funny thing was that when I was young, I would say what, Rach, like probably 5, 6?
Yeah, I would say maybe from the age of like 4 to 7.
Right.
It was a few years.
Way too old. I was just absolutely in love with Jiminy Cricket. Just in love with him. Couldn't get enough of some Jiminy. So
Jiminy Cricket, he's in the Disney movie Pinocchio.
Yes.
In the book Pinocchio, there is a talking cricket, but he doesn't have a name. Yeah. So I guess Jiminy Cricket is like trademarked to Disney.
Yes, TM.
But we can talk about him.
We can. The Jiminy I just read, actually, the nameless cricket I just was reading, he gets like squished at the end or in the middle. It's just at the beginning. Cameo, really. Like he doesn't have a really good life in that story. So
no, but I will tell you, we cover this in our episodes, but he comes back as a glowing blue ghost in one chapter. And then later on, he's a doctor, like a well-respected doctor in the neighborhood. And then at the end, he like has his own little house in the woods.
Oh, well, okay. So he kind of glowed up, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he literally glowed up in his second appearance. But yeah, it's an interesting change. But the thing about Megan that people probably want to know is she looks very normal. She's like a cute girl. Everybody likes her. Whenever she would visit us, apparently all my sister's male friends would be like, "What's the deal with your cousin? Like, is she single?" So she doesn't look like the kind of person who would have a years-long crush on an animated cricket. So now we'll just get that out there.
Yes. Well, I appreciate that because I'm sure the listeners were very confused about what kind of a girl would be in love with a cricket, even as a child. But I'm fairly normal. I would know.
She looks totally normal. That's the thing. Anyone could be in love with Jiminy Cricket, and you would have no idea just by looking at them.
Now that makes me wonder how many people are just going around being in love with this guy.
That's the question. Jackie sent me a list of things to ask you, and she was like, "You need to read them out exactly as I wrote them," and I might not. So it just depends on what she wrote. Gosh, I haven't fully read all the questions, but we'll start. And here we go. How would you describe your current sexual orientation? A, mostly crickets. B, sometimes crickets. C, always crickets. I guess there's no never crickets option.
Well, if there's no never crickets, I guess I'll have to say B, sometimes crickets.
Okay.
And I should. This is a great question. And as I was going into, kind of trying to unpack why I was in love with the cricket as a youth, really trying to deep dive into like my own like weird psyche, because I don't think that's entirely normal. It wasn't exactly a revelation, but I did notice something about myself, and that is that my current boyfriend, love him to death. I want to preface this. I love him dearly. He's so attractive to me. But there are some resemblances. There are some resemblances between my current boyfriend and my longtime love, Jiminy. The balded head, yes. Also, one thing, I guess.
Three-piece suit.
Yes. He enamored me to this. Jiminy was his fashion sense, I think. And my boyfriend, who I won't name for his own personal safety. He dresses very well. He's a dapper guy. So I'm thinking that even though, I wouldn't necessarily say crickets are my go-to sexuality, there are definitely some crossovers, I would say, in my real people love and my love for specifically Jiminy. So,
well, that's interesting. I remember when we were little that you had some cricket-like qualities to yourself, because I remember once you got in trouble for something and somebody like picked you up. I think you were wearing like a footy pajamas outfit and being really bad. Yeah. And somebody, either Auntie Barb, your grandma, my aunt, or your mom or your dad, somebody picked you up by the back of your footy pajamas and you were like wiggling your arms and legs. And as a little kid, you were very, very skinny, like, like little, like bug arms and legs, almost just like wiggling around in the air. And I remember thinking like, some similarities.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. I'm also a very like jumpy person, not in like that I'm scared, but all of my movements are very erratic and bouncy. So you will find me often skipping about and not even really noticing it. So maybe I saw myself a little in Jiminy in that. Okay.
So you think you had those qualities and then you liked him. You don't think you chose to emulate him?
Oh, no, I don't think I would have had that ability as a little guy to be like, wow, I really admire this cricket. I'm gonna be like him. I think maybe I saw myself a little in his movements, even though he's not particularly jumpy. I don't know.
Okay, so Jackie, she sent more questions. She sent 7. Okay, here we go. Question 2, this one is open-ended. It says, define crush in the romantic sense. So I guess what she's getting at is, what did it mean for you to have a crush on a cricket? Which I told her that one time I asked you about it later, and you said, like, I was like, what did you want to do with Jiminy Cricket? And you said you wanted to put him in your pocket and just carry him around on a date. And I don't know if you remember saying that or feeling that, but that's what you said. Because I think Jackie asked me, like, were you envisioning yourself the size of Jiminy Cricket? And I was like, no, she must not have been, because she wanted to put him in her pocket.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I definitely didn't want to kiss him. Like, there was, as a 5 to 7 year old little girl, I was in no way thinking about snooching and kissing on that Jiminy. I think as a crush, more like I just loved him, almost in like a best friend type of way. I just thought he was just the greatest. So putting him in my pocket, which no, I don't remember saying that, but totally sounds like me. Definitely putting him in my pocket and carrying him around, like just to keep him close by, was definitely probably what I meant by crush. Not so much in the kissy sense. I don't want to say the word sexual related to
we can bleep it out.
a cricket at all ever. But yeah, there were definitely no romantic feelings. But my crush was that I just admired him and I wanted him to be around in my pocket, apparently.
Okay. That's funny. Okay, so question 3 from Jackie. Imagine you're out on a walk and you see a tiny little old man wearing a top hat. Oh. How into that are you?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm glad we did the previous question first, number 2, because definitely into that. But again, not in any kind of kissy way, but just like, wow, you could be by me at all times. Maybe we could hug in a totally platonic kind of way.
Get some lunch.
Yes. Sit on a bench and just, not talk because you're just the cutest little thing. I just want to watch you sit there. But yeah, totally. If he's giving...
So you would be drawn to him, but not attracted to him.
Definitely not attracted, but totally put him in my pocket. Be friends for a while with that guy.
Nice. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
The next one from Jackie. Pick the most attractive name. Greg, Mark, Phil, Jiminy Cricket, or Scott?
Jiminy Cricket, for sure.
Okay.
Sorry to any... sorry, Uncle Mark. I don't know any people by those other names, but yeah, Jiminy Cricket for sure.
It's got to be Jiminy Cricket. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say here, we're not done, but I want to tell Jackie, in case she wants to cut this episode, we might take a little pause. So audience, if you're enjoying this and you want to hear the rest of the interview, you know what to do. Go to patreon.com/firethecannon because I saved the juiciest questions for last.
Oh gosh, juicier than this.
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Back to the episode.